Media Production Show 2018, Recap Part 1. So back in June, I went to the Media Production Show, which is one of the smaller shows, smaller exhibitions that we get here in the UK, similar to, BVE, which happens in Excel in East London. But for me personally, this is a lot easier to get to and a much more relaxed atmosphere. I mean, all the big players were there. They had their cameras. Well, Sony didn't have a booth, but that's, regardless, their cameras were everywhere. Now, this isn't NAB or IBC. It's not any of those big shows. No, this is a show where you can see the gear announced. Most of it, at least, announced it, shows early in the year. And it's also a really kind of relaxed atmosphere where you can, catch up with some friends from the industry, whether they be DPs or manufacturers or, people that work for resellers, distributors, and also make some new friends. I mean, it's a really nice atmosphere. It's very relaxed. Panasonic had their Vericam LTs, fully rigged for all sorts of broadcast and film and TV applications, as you can see here. But they also had the EVA-1 camera, which you saw earlier in the video. It was, of course, super popular. A lot of people were playing around with it. Small HD had a stand. Well, it was technically the Holden stand, which is the company that distributes their products in the UK. And they also had a really cool GH5S rig, as well as some kind of EVA-1 rigs with small HD monitors. So again, it's one of those shows where it's less busy than the other bigger shows that you're probably more familiar with. And you can kind of get a chance to play around with this kit for for some time. I mean, probably not spend all day in, but the Atmos stand, or rather the Global Distribution stand, which is the company distributing Atmos products in the UK, as usual, was one of the best stands at the show. They had a lot of cameras, Sony FS5s, C200s, there was an EVA-1 there, I believe, as well, a Vericam LT, all rigged with Atmos Shogun recorders, and of course the new big thing, Apple ProRes Row. This was something that was talked about a lot at the show. I did get a chance to see some footage, which was displayed on a 4K monitor at the Global Distribution / Atmos stand, and it looked great. It looked really nice. Now, I myself have not worked with ProRes Row yet, so I can't really say anything more about it. But a lot of people are interested in it, which is kind of cool. Apart from ProRes Row, one of the most exciting announcements from NAB this year was, of course, the other Atmos announcement, the Atmos Ninja 5, the new HDMI-based 5-inch recorder from Atmos. They had a non-powered a unit, an actual Atmos Ninja 5, but it didn't have any firmware, so they couldn't turn it on. They said this is not, it's not working. It's just for show. It's just for us to show you the unit. I was really impressed by the build quality. It's 40 metal. This new one also uses their new Atom X SSDs and the Atom X accessories. Now on the back here, you can see between the two pins of the NPF batteries, there's an additional row of pins, and this is for the new upcoming accessories. Now, they didn't specifically, tell me obviously what the accessories will be. They haven't been announced, and I didn't even ask, but I could assume that there will be some sort of either XLR or potentially an SDI attachment. At the moment, it's only HDMI in and out. So if you have something like a GH5S, you can do 4K 60p in 10-bit, either in ProRes or DNX. Another brand that was on the Global Distribution stand was Headbox. A lot of you guys may be familiar with the Red Pro. Now they're called Headbox, and they do all sorts of cool batteries such as BP, NPF. They also do batteries for JVC, for Panasonic cameras, and also V-Log. Their V-Log batteries are quite affordable. They do smart chargers as well, which are really nice. Some of them have displays on them. The Media Production Show, however, is not just about cameras. It's not just about kit. It's also about the seminars. Now, for me personally, and this is my personal opinion, this is what separates the Media Production Show from other similar shows in the UK. Other shows, like for example BV, which is a larger show, it's about the sort of exhibitors and the kit, and then the speakers and the seminars are like an extra, an ancillary thing. Whereas the Media Production Show, for example, in my opinion, now of course yours may be different, and that's cool, it's about the seminars. There's so many of them, from production, audio, post-production, TV production, all sorts of broadcast related topics. And they were absolutely packed. All of them are free. If not all, most of them are free. Again, I didn't get a chance to go to any of them, and I really wish I did. So again, I highly recommend, if you get a chance to go next year, check out the listing of seminars and see what kind of rocks your world. And that's it for part 1. I'll see you in part 2.